Hi everyone, this is a shot that is similar to something I tried a couple of years ago with a Firebird target. What I've got here is a couple of Flare45Ls, which are the loud versions from premium targets, stuck back to back. I don't know if this camera can pick this up, but there we go, I've got two of them. And the rear one I've stuck to the striker plate of a Firebird target holder. I removed the striker plate and just stuck it to the back of here. There's a long screw in there. I've got a canister here, aluminium canister with a hole in the bottom to take this Firebird striker plate. What I'm going to do is to put this in here. This is, oh, that was lucky. I'm amazed. That usually takes ages to get that right, but it's in. So I'm going to try to hold that in place and put these washers and nuts on it as best I can. See if I can get a hold on this. It's a little bit difficult to keep it all together, but various size washers just to take up the space, and the M3 nut. The reason why the screw is so long will become apparent shortly, because I can't access the screw in the bottom of that striker plate anymore. So the idea is that I tighten this up as best I can by hand. So we'll tighten it up and I can hold that screw whilst I tighten this nut up slightly with another pair of pliers. It doesn't need massive tightening, but that's just to hold it in place. So there's the explosives, if you like. That didn't tighten up very well. Let's try a little bit more tightening. Just try a little more. Might be able to get a bit more on that nut. It doesn't really matter because it's the striker plate that everything's hitting, but it doesn't really matter. That's reasonably tight. What I've got here in this sandwich bag is a combination of tumble dryer fluff, that's going to blow all over the floor, so, and cotton wool. So this should go off with quite a nice flare, if it sets fire, that is. That's assuming the target goes off at all. So what I'm going to do is put a small amount in the bottom of the canister, like that. I'm not going to pack it in. And the rest of it I'm going to spray it with a little bit of WD-40. I should have brought some tissue out with me to wipe my hands, but let's just give this a light coating of WD-40. That should give it a nice flame if it comes out. I'm assuming this is going to work. So mix that in. What I didn't want to do is to put WD-40 onto the inner cotton wool, because I didn't want it to soak into the face of the Flare45Ls. But I think that'll do. There's a nice little coating of WD on there. So we'll put that in there as well. I don't want to pack it down too much because it actually, I don't want it to slow the pellet down as it aims towards the target. I think that'll probably do, so we'll leave it at that. No, no, we'll get a bit more in. Got to be generous with these things, haven't you? Okay, so we'll leave it at that. That is now ready for shooting. There are obviously bits of hair on that and bits of cat fur and other sorts of fluff. I'm going to take that down the garden, strap it to the hairy arm stand and give it a shot. Let's see how we get on. The weather's a bit changeable today. What I've got here is a couple of short bungee cords to strap this to. what I've done is to remove the cotton wool and fluff out of the canister until I'm ready to shoot. What I didn't want to do is to allow the WD-40 to soak through all of the cotton wool and wet the Flare 45Ls below, so I'll refill that when I'm ready to shoot it. What I've got here is a screw just to prevent the canister from catapulting backwards when I hit it, if I hit it. So we'll just put this under these two bungee cords just to hold it still. That should do. There, okay. It can't go backwards. The bungee cords will hold it still. It's got a bit of a twist on it, but it's not going to go anywhere. Right, I'll go and set up the rifle. I'll come back and fill this up, and then I'll give it a shooting. Okay, I've got all the cameras set up. I've just found a little white feather in the garden as well, so that can go in. Here's the dry fluff and cotton wool. We'll put that in, and we'll put in the WD-40'd fluff. I don't want to pack this in too much. I think that will do. That's pretty well packed in, loosely. It doesn't seem to want to stay there, but it's not going to stay there long anyway, if everything goes to plan. I've got all the cameras set up, ready to go, so let's give it a shot. Well, everything's set up down there, so let's give it a go. Let's shift this backrest out of the way. Let's put a magazine in. Helps if I pull the bolt back first. Right then. I have zeroed the rifle at this distance. I can see the cotton wool. My word, this is going to be a dangerous one. There's a camera right behind the target, so let's see how we go. 3, 2, 1. Bugger all. Ah. Ah. Keep shooting. Oh, there we go. Well, there's an awful lot of smoke down there, and plenty of flames on the floor by the looks of the through the scope, but not a lot of bang, I'm afraid. So maybe the targets got soaked. I'll have to try this again with 2 fresh targets. I've got some more on order from Premium Target, so that's about it. Shoot this flank off. No massive bang, which is what I was hoping for, but I'll go and see what damage has been done. Well, let's just borrow this camera. Oop. There's some smouldering mess on the floor there. Little bit of fluff still burning. Nothing massive. The Flare 45, well, one of the Flare 45 discs is there. What have we got in here? Oh, that looks a bit messy. Not quite sure what went on in there, but there's a Flare 45 and a Firebird striker plate in there. Not to worry. Let's see what it looks like in the video editor. Slightly disappointing, but nothing to worry about. Had plenty of cameras on this one. I've got one there. I had one, well, this one was on that tripod. Got one behind the target. I've got the slow-mo there. Got a helicopter deciding to fly over. There's all sorts of things in the air around here. And if I walk back up the garden, I've also got the camera here that's been recording me. Well, not quite what I expected, but there's my trusty Wildcat Mark III. Thanks for watching all the same.